Is there a process to becoming a northerner? Probably 16 pints of bitter and 40 Embassy Regal. It's lovely.
And the Northwest has produced some of the most memorable dramas of the past 50 years. 3 words: Life on Mars. Loved it.
I've got a reported stabbing.
Stabbing where?
Christmas Textiles, Queen Mary Road. Uniforms already on the scene.
Queen Mary Road.
Out for one, we're all over it.
Life on Mars recreated 1970s Manchester, with scenes filmed all over the city.
So just take a left and then...
Everybody was fighting, but the music was soothing. Everybody grooving,
Life on Mars, I'm not going to speak about because they should have given me a role in it. No, Life in Mars was Glenister and Johnson.
Do you know what? I think you're trying to show me up. You don't scare me, Hunt. It's an interesting point you raise. Allow me to retort. Better?
Fantastic performances. Great drama.
Every copper has to be whiter than white, or the whole thing falls apart.
No, you're living in cloud cuckoo land, Sam.
Once I got the script, and I'm not just saying it as people sometimes do, but I couldn't put it down.
They sent me the first episode of it. I thought it was never going to work, and I don't even think I finished reading it. And then my agent told me to finish reading it, and I did.
The first 15 pages, you know, it just seemed like another ordinary kind of cop show, modern day, etc. And then suddenly, that moment, bam, Sam gets run over. Suddenly wakes up in 1973. The script's describing, we pan back and we see Mancunian Way coming soon.
It's about to be writ again. As I ask you to focus on sailors fighting in the dance hall. Oh man, look at those cavemen go.
And it was one of those things where you decided, thought this is either going to go, you know, straight down the Swanee, or it's going to be a massive hit. And luckily, it was a massive hit.
I just watched it. It blew me away because they knew how to do that with total respect for an audience who like watching telly these days with all its technical. Yeah, they just did it so smartly and so credibly. It lit me up, and yeah, 5-star world-class product.
Don't ever waltz into my kingdom, acting king of the jungle.
Who the hell are you?
Gene Hunt, your DCI, and it's 1973, almost dinner time. I'm having oops.
There was such different characters, and they clashed every time. But then there was a begrudging respect, and they came to love one another by the end, and it was quite a touching relationship, I thought.
I mean, there's some scenes in it which usually end up in the pub, and it's usually at the end of the episode, and they're usually quite sort of moving, I find, when I see them. There was a wonderful scene where we start hearing Goodbye Yellow Brick Road with Elton John playing.
Do you want my appraisal of you?
No.
If you're around then.
And I still watch that scene, and I get quite choked watching it, actually. I think it's a lovely scene.
Thank you.
Another writer who's made his mark is none other than Paul Abbott.
And tell him from me, tricks like this get round. He's going to be a very lonely guy in 2 years' time. He needs somebody to write to from bloody prison.
Can I answer the phone?
He started out writing on Coronation Street and Cracker before BBC's Clocking Off.
Macintosh Textiles, Trudy speaking. How can I help you?
I remember Paul talking about the demise of the single play, you know, the play for today, the Wednesday play, whatever it was, and how he wanted to reinvent that. And the only way that he could do that, or to get a commission, was to sort of basically link 6 different stories around this setting, which was the factory.
Trudy's out of her kennel. What? Trudy! Big day she's washed her hair.
When I look at the amount of work that must have gone into 6 single films in for one series that can't fail, and I wrote them like a train. Very hard work to make that much work fit into 1 hour in cost terms, but we did.
Jesus. Stuart.
What's happening?
Where's Sue?
She won't talk to me.
Where's Eddie?
Upstairs.
Get him out. He's scaring us.
Right.
It was great fun to do. I love working in Manchester. It was a great job to do, and also quality writing, you know.
Tyler, put that subby bloke down and get him. Flag on an Archer Lane. Shots fired. Lovely. You two tarts, get him.